Hello everyone, welcome back to Ana Dialogue, the dialogue on analog music reproduction. It's that time of the year. It's time for our dedicated video on the 70s, and more specifically, as you probably know, a specific year, meaning 1974. Why? Because it's the 50th anniversary. Yes, we have been doing this actually since 1970. 1971, 2, 3. You can find all these videos in the video description, okay? I'm not gonna link them up here, so you can try to explore. And in those videos, we try to take a look at the best rock albums. Some are more something subjective, more in my taste, and something is more objective, meaning that you can't not put those records inside. You have to put them. They have to be in that top 10, 12, it depends. Today it's going to be a top 10, okay? Let's start now. Okay, guys, so I must admit that in this period, in this year, there are a lot of great albums, but not, in my opinion, gems, incredible gems, except for one, as we will see in the end. But the vast majority is very good, once again, but nothing I would say, oh, I have to bring it on the desert island. No, at least that's my feeling. In any case, I've tried to put together 10 albums that make sense, that are famous. Clearly, there are dozens more. Don't get angry if you don't see them in your this top 10. Even if it's not a really top 10, it's just top great recordings, 10 great records. Obviously, as you know, YouTube might block something because I give up monetization, no problem. But in some cases, some artists want the total blockage of a video if it contains one of their tracks. In that case, you're just going to see me skip, okay? Maybe I can put that snippet for download. We'll see. In any case, that can happen. Please be aware. Okay, let's start immediately with number 1. A true band, rock band with a great rock album. What am I talking about? Burn by Deep Purple. Oh yeah, mama. Okay, as you know, we're going to try to listen to a few seconds of some tracks. Sometimes I'll go and search for something. Other times we're just going to go ahead with the first one, like in this case. Please forgive me of this purple edition, because unfortunately I couldn't find my original. Darn it. I have a first edition. In any case, I also have this one, almost as a backup. Oh, I forgot to say, for the needle drops, we're going to use my EMT. I just made a huge video on this. Here is a link. You're going to find all the links in the video description if you want to know more. What is the EMT 930? Its tone arm, the cartridge, its fantastic story, and things like that. Okay, let's start. Otherwise, you guys are going to hit me in the face if I don't start. And let's go now. Okay, I forgot to say something about the album. Well, this had a lot of success, okay? Richie Blackmore wanted a new band. There was a little too much tension going around, so he changed a few members, and he brought in, after some auditions, the voice of Whitesnake, good old David Coverdale, and for bass and additional voice, Glenn Hughes. You guys, I know I butcher names, okay? You know me, so please forgive me. In any case, so they created this rock blues masterpiece. Now, the first one is very energetic, but the rest is a little in the lower key. But I had to put the first one since it's the title of the album. And great stuff, guys. Great stuff. True rock. Absolutely. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, our next album is the consecration of a great band, which I discussed a little bit how they were born in the last video, in 1973 AD, 1973. Take a look at that if you want to know more. But we all know Lynyrd Skynyrd. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Second Helping. Oh, yes, baby. Which, unfortunately, now this is a great album. Unfortunately, it's the most famous track, Sweet Home Alabama, just gobbled everything up, okay? It's so darn famous that a lot of people just look for that or they stop there. But the whole album is fantastic. Okay, so for this reason, this incredible mix of rock and southern rock, blues, country, I am going to put not what you would expect, but the second track. Okay.
2, 3.
Turn it up. Big wheels keep on turning, carry me home to Smack singing songs about the Southland.
Okay, that's enough. Kind of wiggling here. Here we go. I had to put a few seconds, guys. You never know. There might be someone who doesn't know this album, or at least knows the song but doesn't know the band. So it's useful, okay? It's useful. Always remember that. We're doing this also for the new generations. Okay, let's pass now to our next choice. Okay, our next album is considered the apex of the band. It's an important album. It's a difficult album. It's a long album. Prog rock at its best, hard to, let's say, get inside it. It's hard to be part of it. I mean, you really have to put an effort to understand it and appreciate it. What am I talking about? You know, that's my phrase. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. The story of the Puerto Rican Rael, this punk guy, which has various adventures in the underworld. It's a little strange. It took 6 months to make this. It was the as I said, the apex of this period, at least, of Genesis, the best period, I would say. Very complex, very difficult. And this was clearly the last album with Peter Gabriel. This is the fantastic edition. As you can see, the 75th anniversary, Atlantic anniversary, done by Analog Productions. This is a numbered edition because I have the subscription. I had to do it. Very high quality, 45 RPM. I'll just put the first one. It. Okay. Let's proceed with our next choice. Okay, so for our next album, another famous album, not his best, but quite renowned. And I just love this artist. I practically put maybe in every video, almost in every video, an album by him. Who am I talking about? Good old David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. Now this is an album where we have again Tony Visconti. It's the last album where considered part of its glam rock period. It's already started the cocaine period. Unfortunately, he was heavily using that. He also adopts, in fact, a different style in singing. Not all tracks, okay? Just a few tracks passing from to, you know what I mean? The 80s part. It's starting here, mainly. Fantastic. He had a lot of problems. They had to censor the album, the cover, because of the genitals of the dog. Here, if you see the very first ones have the balls and the penis, but slightly after they put a dark spot here, and then clearly, finally, today, this is a recent release, they put it back in position. Okay, I don't know if you're interested in something like that, but Might as well tell you everything. Huge influence by George Orwell and William Burroughs. Indeed. If you don't know who they are, Google them. You need to read them. Okay, I want to put something different. Yeah. We all know Rebel Rebel, obviously. Rebel Rebel. So I'll put instead the one inspired by Orwell, 1984.
Someday they won't let you. Now you must agree. The times they are a-telling and the changing isn't free. You've read it in the tea leaves and the tracks are on TV. Beware the savage shore of 1984. They'll split your pretty cranium and fill it full of air and tell you that you're 80, but rather you won't care. You'll be shooting up on anything, tomorrow's never there. Beware the savage Joe of 1984. Come see, remember me. All night moving round. You said it would last, but I guess we enrolled in 1984.
Okay, guys, I want to be honest with you. A few of these albums, I got them on purpose for the video because I didn't have them. Like this one, this is a new release. Half Speed, not a big fan of Half Speed. You know me. I also did an entire video on Half Speed mastering. Here is a link. If you also want to know more, the opinion on Kevin Gray on Half Speed Mastering, not his little video you can find around on YouTube, but in my interview, you'll find the link to his video directly here below. And it's interesting to see that they are declaring that they are cutting from a 192 kilohertz restored master, which I think it's fair. I mean, if you declare it, I'm happy. And I'm glad you're using high res, not just a CD or something. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, our next album is from a very famous band, which finally is starting to find, not its sound, a new sound. Who am I talking about? Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. Oh yes, mama. Actually, they had came out with another album in 1974, Queen 2. In fact, this is their third album. But here, finally, there is something different. We're leaving the prog phase. Yes, Queen has a prog phase. And already with Killer Queen, which we're going to listen, they really got popular. They started to become popular, and that's probably why they went towards that direction, I think. Okay. This is part of that huge, big, gigantic, complete studio session. That's why also this one is colored. But I had this one for some time now. Even though I bet, like me, a lot of people were burned with Queen because of the amazing, fantastic CD Greatest Hits 2. And then also 1. That's my personal path in discovering Queen in the 90s. Okay. Meaning that the greatest hits, that's why I hate greatest hits, retain you, shift you away from the albums. But the album is the true artistic production, not the cocktails. Okay, let's start immediately. We're putting, let's see, track number 2.
She keeps a Moet Chandon in a pretty cabinet. Bethany cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette. A building remedy for Khrushchev and Kennedy. At any time, an invitation you can't decline. She's a killer queen, gunpowder gelatine, dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind. Recommended at the price, insatiable and appetite. Wanna try? She never kept the same address. In conversation, she spoke just like a baroness. Middleman from China went down to Geisha Minor. Then again, incidentally, you're that way. Perfume came naturally from Paris. Because she couldn't care less, fastidious and precise. She's a killer queen, gunpowder gelatine, dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind.
You know it. Okay. This was a tough period for Brian May because he was really ill. He had a lot of health issues during this period of time. Nevertheless, they managed to come out with 2 records, and Killer Queen was written in one night. Yep. True artists. Okay. Or at least incredible inspiration. Let's proceed with our next album. Our next album is quite renowned. It's renowned. It's famous. Probably not the first choice if you have to listen to something by them, but nevertheless, a great album. Who am I talking about? King Crimson, Red. And this is a particular phase of the band. This is their 7th album. They started in the 60s, guys. But here, they were just 3 members. I mean, Robert Fripp really downsized everything. And thanks to overdubs, they created this huge sound, but they're just 3 guys. And unfortunately, briefly after the release of the album, Robert Fripp said, "No, guys, I'm done." And he closed the band for several years, actually, because he started then again in 1981. So 7 years after the release of Red. I'm not going to put something too rocky this time, also because they're very long. It's difficult to go inside a track, but I think it's worthwhile to listen to Fallen Angel, which is nice, a nice ballad.
West side skyline crying, fallen angel dying, risk a life to make a dime. Lifetime spent on the streets of a city make us the people we are. Switchblade stings.
Okay, let's proceed. Otherwise, this video is going to be too long. Go. Okay, our next album is on CD, an HD CD, and we are talking about On the Beach by Neil Young. I love this album, even though I have it on CD. I was waiting for this anniversary because something very cool and AAA is about to be released. Very nice, incredible HD CD quality. If you don't know what HD CD is, here is a link. And let's switch to CD here. And I want to let you listen to a few seconds to this song, which comes after its huge success of Harvest. He also recorded another album and then this one. In this very relaxed mood. Actually, the whole band was on marijuana for the whole session. Let's go now for our little number 3. Very cool. Great album by Neil Young, which a lot of people tend to forget. Fantastic. Let's proceed. Okay, for our next album, we have something that represents a rebirth. For whom? Eric Clapton. 461 Ocean Boulevard. I've recently saw him in Lucca. There's a little snippet on Instagram. He's old. Unfortunately, he's old, but good old Slow Hand is still active, I would say, from at least a musical point of view. One of his most famous albums, actually only the second solo studio album, because you know him, I mean, Clapton was all over the place, different bands, different projects, incredible. And a lot of these songs are based actually on Carl Rattle's demos, the guy who was together with him in Derek and the Dominoes. And he elaborated on those, so a lot of what's in here comes from that. I mean, we have to pay attention to this. And the title is very banal, because it's where he was living, the place where he was living during the recording. And we have to remember, that's why I was talking about rebirth, that he had a severe heroin addiction. And he was finally coming out of it. And this was, let's say, its production during that phase. Very, very tricky phase, we could say. But nevertheless, now is a classic. album contains also a very famous version of I Shot the Sheriff, which Eric did not want inside the album, and instead the producers managed to put it in, and it had a lot of success, and actually it contributed also to the success of Bob Marley, the original author. Okay, let's proceed. Our next album is, once again, not one of their best, but nevertheless, it's part of their history. A lot of prog, high quality prog, just 3 tracks, huge, very long tracks. Who am I talking about? Relayer by Yes. Now this is a special phase, a different phase for Yes, where the keyboardist Wakeman went away, so the sound changed a lot. They did a lot of interviews, a lot of auditions to try to find someone else. Even Vangelis, yes, incredible. And in the end, they found Patrick Moraz, who gave this fusion touch, jazzy funk. And in fact, the results, it's quite different. Now, this is the high-fidelity Rhino edition. I hope you know about this series, incredible series, high quality audiophile releases, all AAA, amazing. I did a video on all these new series of vinyl records with all AA, very high quality. Here is a link if you're interested. I'll just put a few seconds of the first track, but it's tough. Tough, baby, it's tough. Okay, you have a picture of it. Small fragment, obviously explore, always explore. Let's proceed with our next video. And now our last album. My favorite of the batch, and actually one of my favorite albums of all time. Who knows 1974 knows exactly what's gonna come up. Who am I talking about? What am I talking about? Yes, it's him. Crime of the Century by Supertramp. Oh yes, mama! Amazing album. You can hear my passion. I love it. Great recording. I mean, the artistry is incredible. The sonics are incredible. Even the digital versions are incredible. I did the Mophie Gold Disc video. This is one of the best. Take a look. Maybe I finished the links. If I did, you're going to find everything here below, as you know. This is the Speaker's Corner version, which is considered even better than the original and other audiophile editions. Fabulous. And let's listen a few seconds of the first track because I think it's worthwhile. Even though it's a little long, let's go with School.
see you in the morning when you go to school. Don't forget your books, you know you've gotta learn the golden rule. The teacher tells you stop your playing, get on with your work. And be like Johnny Too Good, don't you know he never shirks, he's coming along.
On these notes, guys, I am going to leave you. Great production by Supertramp and Ken Scott, who was collaborating with David Bowie and the Beatles in the past. Fantastic, incredible music. Jewels that we have to bring and keep alive for future generations. Something just incredible. Thank you again for watching, and remember that music is born analog. Well guys, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my channel, please consider to subscribe by clicking the black and white logo here below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode and you will become a true member of the analog community.